looks like nobody wants the title over in Serie A as both Inter Milan and Atalanta drop points. So it's over to you, Juventus. What you got in the locker? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show today. We'll take a look at match number 35 out in Serie A. That's in Italy. We'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Serie A related, more football related. That's right, boys. Now, do not adjust your screens. If you see a bit of a red face on me, it's not because I'm a shit predictor. It's because I got sunburn, baby. That's right, sunburn all over out in the old red hot central Pennsylvania weather this weekend. And I burnt myself to a crisp. So don't adjust your screen. Anyway, a big shout out to the beautiful people that are my Patreons. Respect to all of them. That is the dream team of 11 of them. William Shepherd, LG and Cal, Bianca Molo, Daniel Miller, Cody Cahoe, Joachim Johansson, Tom Burster, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Russell Frost, and Aztec Marky B. Mark. So thank you very much for supporting the channel the way that you do. Now, if anybody else wants to join those illustrious dream team, there is a link down below in the old comment section. It is patreon.com/roverseason. So you can support the channel in as little or as much as you like. So make sure you check it out. There are perks and privileges which are going to be revamped over the next few weeks. Once the seasons in England come to a close, I'll be revamping the old Patreon. So make sure you check it out. Check it out. But anyway, let's jump into it, shall we? Serie A, advantage Juve. So here it is, boys and girls, Juventus, or Serie A, shall we say. The criteria, once again, 0 to 3, you're in the shit-faced gang. 4 to 6, you're in the streak-faced club. 7+, you're in the top banana. Also, 0 to 3, you're in the sunburnt club. That's me this week. Anyway, 7+. 7+, what we got? What we got in the locker? Where do we begin? We begin all the way back, of course, on Saturday. It was Verona up against Atalanta. Of course, this is where Atalanta should have stepped up to the plate because they only mustered a draw in the end, 1-1. I actually got the right amount of goals on this one. I went with the 2-0. The goals on the day, though, went with Matteo Pessina for Verona with the equaliser, Duvan Zapata for Atalanta in the end. So, yeah, not really good for them as they, they maintain their top 4. I'm sure that was what they were aiming for, or, the ambitious plan. Of course, title push would have been absolutely amazing for Atalanta, but I think they're going to slip up there and actually fall a little bit short in the end. Cagliari, Sassuolo also ended up 1-1. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Carboni actually got himself sent off on that one. Caputo got the goal for Sassuolo and João Pedro on the score sheet for Cagliari. I actually went with a 1-0 win for Sassuolo because they were on red-hot form, but ultimately it was come to a crashing halt against Cagliari. The performance of the weekend, there was probably AC Milan 5-1 demolition of Bologna, that's right, and not even a Zlatan goal in sight. I actually went with a 3-0 win for AC Milan, but the goals were Salamakis, Kangogoglu, Banakara, Rebic and Calabara as well, with Tekino Tamishashu on the score sheet for Bologna. As AC Milan maintain their Europa League push, boys. They're looking good right now. Very, very good. My boys did pick up a victory, 3-2 win over Parma. That's Sampdoria. Gervinho and a big fat OG from Bedinski for Parma. The goals for Sampdoria were Charlo, Quagliarella and Bonzanoli on the score sheet for Sampdoria. I actually went with a 2-1 win for Sampdoria. That's right, my boys. Believe in the boys. Genoa got a vital win against Lecce on also, was that on Saturday? It must have been on Sunday as well. 2-1 final score. I actually went with a 0-0 on this one. Sanabriera. My pronunciations are all over the shop. With the opener for Genoa, Mancosu on the equaliser for Lecce, and Gabriel with a big fat OG for Genoa to give them the win. And that's vital to move them clear of Lecce at the foot of the table. Meanwhile, another 2 teams in the old relegation scrap. Big, I don't know if it's like a big win. I think they're doomed already. But Brescia, in fact, SPAL have been confirmed as relegated following the defeat to Brescia. That's right, 2-1 final score over in Brescia. Jaromir Zarnel with a brace. Brian Dabo, I think he's a former Rover, on the score sheet for SPAL. Correct me if I'm wrong. If any Rovers are watching this, Brian Dabo, former Rover. Confirm that or not. I believe it is. I actually remember the one they went for SPAL. Wrong. Next up, Fiorentina. They did beat Torino 2-0 with a big fat OG from Laianco and Patrick Catroni on the score sheet. Once again, the ex-Wolves man who's back over in Italy. Couldn't cut the mustard in the Premier League. Napoli, I actually went with a 2-1 win for Fiorentina, so not too shabby. Napoli did beat Udinese 2-1. Milic and Politano on the score sheet in a 2-1 victory of Udinese. Rodrigo Di Paolo on the score sheet for Udinese. I actually went with a 2-0 win on this one myself, so not too shabby. And Roma and Inter Milan duked it out to a 2-2 draw. That's why Stefan de Vrij opened up scoring for Inter Milan. Romelu Lukaku closed it for them from the penalty spot, but goals from Spinazzola and Mkhitaryan gave Roma a share of the spoils. Boys, I actually went with the 2-0 win for Inter Milan, more in belief or more in hope that they would make up a bit of a title push, but ultimately they also failed. They are a point closer, I guess, and if Juventus lose to Lazio, then they are a point closer, but that is still the question mark. We don't know what's going to go on that one. That takes place tonight. I actually going to go with a 3-0 win on this one for Juventus, so I don't believe that Inter Milan or Atalanta have actually gained anything. In fact, they're going to be trailing 2 further points behind the leaders and soon-to-be champions once again. So this how I did. How did I do? I did 1, 2, 3, 4, which means I'm in the straight-faced gang, guys. This is the situation out at the table. Juventus are 5 points clear of Inter Milan, 6 points clear of Atalanta, with a few games left anyway. Lazio are in 4th, comfortably as well. Roma are in 5th, Napoli are in 6th. Looks like a head-on goal difference on AC Milan. Sassuolo are next in line in 8th. Down the table, SPAL are down. Brescia not far behind them as well, 24 points on the board. Lecce are now 29 points, 4 points adrift of Genoa. Do you know what I mean? Genoa. Anyway, let's get into the thick of things and take a look at how you guys got on. Before that, this season is coming to a close, but next season we'll be back, of course, with a revamp of the prediction show. It's going to be like each week will be split into 2, both before the games and after the games. And in the after the games, we'll take a look at your predictions and go through, of course, a segment of the Prediction League, boys and girls. What is the Prediction League? We'll just get your predictions in the pre-game show, and then we'll take a look at them in the post-game show, and then we'll have a ranking, a leaderboard, and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the season, if you are top of the leaderboard, you're going to become champion of Serie A predictions, boys and girls. You'll become the prediction king or queen for the Prediction League. So, and you get a little gift from me, whether it's a t-shirt, a cup, or something, a cap. I don't know, a mouse mat with my face on it. I don't know. We'll think of all that kind of jazz later. But so far, yeah, we're going to do that in the new season. And if you are very interested to see how this all pans out, we're going to be debuting the All Prediction League in the Scottish leagues, which kick off at the start of August. So you ain't got long to wait until you see what I'm talking about. But anyway, just to make sure, smash your subscribe, smash the little bell so you don't miss a beat. So here we go, boys. How did you all get on? Well, Carl, he did pretty shitty. Vincent Hung, not too shabby. Yannick Buster did absolute gash. Devante Caprice with an edit, not too shabby. Cody Cahoe, the legend. He is a Patreon. Respect to him for that. And he also did very, very well. Not too bad. Shepherd also, legend. That's William Shepherd, that is, a.k.a. Patreon King. He also did very, very well. Italian Stallion did very, very well as well. He knows his stuff. Miles A, not too shabby. Football Mapper, not too shabby. Bianca Muller, she is also a Patreon. Respect to her. And also, not too bad. Not too bad. Ishman Oshan Boss did absolute shit. Costas K did very, very well. Ariel did absolute gash. Savik Rahman, not too bad. And Michael Koscian also did very, very shit. Moving on to the final 2, Giancarlo Serielli, nearly missed you, but you got in there and you did very, very well. And Diris Michele Alami did absolute garbage. So that was last weekend, or last match day, should I say. Next up, we got the midweek matches all kicking off. When is it all kicking off? Tell me when it's all kicking off. I think it all kicks off on Tuesday, which is, off the top of my head, it's the 21st of July. Not long to go. It's tomorrow. I'm a little bit behind the times. But anyway, we're going to start it off. What we're going to start it off with Atalanta up against Bologna, taking place on Tuesday, the 21st of July. The last 6 encounters between these two sides sees 5 wins for Atalanta, 1 win for Bologna, and 0 draws. They did play in Bologna early in the season, so 2-1 win for Bologna, that's right. Palacio on the score sheet, Poli as well. Danilo got himself sent off. Malinovsky got the 1-0 goal for Atalanta on this occasion. However, the last time played in Atalanta was a 4-1 win for the soon-to-be hosts. Good comfortable win in there. Illich with a brace on that day. Meanwhile, heading into this, Atalanta actually won their last 6 home matches in Serie A. They've also won the last 5 home matches against Bologna in all competitions. Meanwhile, the hosts have also scored at least 2 goals in the last 7 home matches. So they're fancying the chances, despite the little the draw last time out. It's just 1 win and 3 though for Atalanta, picking up a draw against Juve and of course a draw against Verona, sandwiched in between a win against Brescia. Meanwhile, their opposition, Bologna, come into this 1 win and 6 for them. That was against Inter Milan all the way back at the start of the month. So it's been a little bit ropey form for them heading into this. But they'll fancy the chances to try and grind something, because Atalanta haven't been tip-top recently. Anyway, heading into this, the bookmakers' odds, it is 4-1 for the 4-1 on for Atalanta for the victory. 11-2 is your draw. 9-1 is your away win. Atalanta come into this, of course, on the cusps of securing Champions League football next year, but they're also on the cusps of going second. A win for them would see them go second for the time being. Meanwhile, their opposition Bologna are in 10th, and a win for them could see them rise above Verona into 9th. I can't see anything happening but a comfortable 3-0 win for Atalanta as they get back to winning ways. Next up, we have Sassuolo taking on probably the form team of the division at the moment is AC Milan. That's right. Last 6 encounters see 0 wins for Sassuolo, 2 draws and 4 wins for AC Milan. They played in Milan early in the season. It was a 0-0 draw. The last time they played in Sassuolo was a 4-1 win for AC Milan. Frank Kessie, Suso with the brace, and Samuel Castillo also on the score sheet for AC Milan. Filip Tjerdjincic on the score sheet for Sassuolo. Heading into this, Sassuolo have actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 4 home matches, whereas AC Milan have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 8 matches. So they're both in goal-scoring form at the moment. Coming into this, though, AC Milan 4 wins in the past 5, and the other one was a draw. Meanwhile, Sassuolo actually unbeaten in the last 5. In fact, unbeaten in the last 6, picking up 4 wins and 2 draws. But it's been back-to-back draws for them heading into this one as well. So, 2 teams looking for to continue their unbeaten run. Also taking place on 21st of July, which is the Tuesday. 12-5 is the odds for Sassuolo victory. Evens for AC Milan, and 29-10 is your draw. Sassuolo coming to this 8th in the table. A win over them could get up to 51 points and maintain their outside ambitious long-range hopes of Europa League football. AC Milan come into this in 6th, and a win for them could see them rise above Roma into 5th. Goodness gracious me. So good opportunity. AC Milan were struggling early in the season, but I think they're on tip-top form and they're going to nail it this midweek. 2-0 final score for AC Milan. Next up we have Parma. They're going to be taking on Napoli, and another fruity one in this one. Parma, of course, struggling a little bit at the moment form-wise, but coming into this, the last 3 encounters sees 1 win for Parma, 2 wins for Napoli, and 0 draws. They played in Naples early in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Parma. That's right. Kulievski on the score sheet for Parma, and Gervinho as well. Milic on the score sheet for Napoli. Last time played in Naples was back in 2019. It was a 4-0 win for Napoli. Coming into this, though, Napoli unbeaten in 5, picking up 3 wins and 2 draws. Whereas it's just 1 draw at the past 6 for Parma. The rest have been defeats. Not great for them. Napoli have actually scored at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 10 matches in Serie A. Whereas Parma have actually lost 6 of the last 7 matches as well. Parma have also conceded at least 2 goals in the last 7 matches in the division. Coming into this, the bookmakers odds on Wednesday, the 2nd of July. It is 9-2 for Parma for the victory. 16-5 is your draw. 11-20, 20-11 on for Naples. Napoli in 7th, and a win for them would see them potentially rise into top 5 as well. Meanwhile, a win for Parma in 14th could see them mathematically rise all the way up to 10th. Goodness gracious me, they come into this 14th of the table. But I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Napoli on the end. Gattuso's boys ending the season strongly. Meanwhile, Lecce taking on Brescia, and another relegation crunch match for Lecce. If they win this, they might get themselves a little bit closer to get themselves back out of the drop zone. But anyway, heading into this, the last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Lecce, 2 wins for Brescia, and 2 draws. They played in Brescia early in the season. It was a 3-0 win. That's right, Chancellor, Targarossa, and Spalic on score sheet for Brescia. Meanwhile, the last time played in Lecce was a 1-0 win for Lecce. That was back in Serie B. Tabanelli on the score sheet for Lecce, Sabalelli on getting himself sent off. Meanwhile, Lecce have actually lost 8 of the last 10 matches in Serie A, whereas Brescia have actually lost 7 of the last 8 away matches in the division as well. Brescia have also conceded at least 3 goals in the last 3 away matches. They come into this, though, 2 wins in the past 5. That's not too shabby for Brescia. Meanwhile, 2 defeats in the past 4 for Lecce. So, these 2 teams are struggling down the foot of the table, and they are they're looking ominous to go down as it stands. But recent form for them, it's been okay. They're grinding out the points, but they need more. They need more consistency to get themselves out of their relegation fodder. Meanwhile, the bookmakers odds 4-3 on for Lecce. They are the favourites. 3-1 is the draw. 31-10 is your away win. Lecce coming to this, of course, in 18th spot. Actually, 5 points clear of Brescia, who are in 19th spot. And a win for Brescia would see them up to 27 points, which might give them an outside chance to get out of it. But win for Lecce in 18th could get them up to 32 points, which means they'll be 1 point behind Genoa, who got a big game against Sampdoria also on this weekend. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, though. It doesn't really separate anybody. It doesn't really give them any boosts. It just actually confirms the situation that they're probably all going to go down. Next up, we have Inter Milan up against Fiorentina. Points dropped, you would say, for Inter Milan this past weekend. Can they get back to winning ways against Fiorentina? The last 6 encounters does prove likely. In fact, they were unbeaten in the last 6 against Fiorentina, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws. They did play in Milan earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Milan. Cadareva on score sheet and Barella as well on for Inter Milan, whereas Casillas got the only goal for Fiorentina. The last time they played in Fiorentina, in fact, the last 2 games they played, the last 3 times they played in Fiorentina ended up all square. That's right. Last time out was 1-1 back back in December 2019. Inter Milan actually won 17 of the last 19 home matches against Fiorentina in all competitions. But they come into this just 2 wins in the past 5, picking them up against SPAL and Torino. Meanwhile, Fiorentina are actually on a nice little unbeaten run themselves, unbeaten in 5, picking up 3 wins and 2 draws in that cluster. So the bookmakers' odds will probably go with Inter Milan anyway. 20 to 9 on. 7-2 is your draw. 11-2 is your away win. They do come into this 5 points adrift of Juventus, who have a game in hand, so it could be 8 points. It's probably likely to be 8 points. But if it's not, a win could actually put them just 2 points adrift of Juventus as they head into this match day. But of course, their opposition, where are they? Fiorentina doing very, very well this part of the season now. 42 points on the board. Win for them could see them mathematically shoot up to 9th in the table. I still will believe in Inter Milan. I think they'll come out on top 3-1 win. Comfortable home win in the end. Lukaku will at least score 1. Next up we have Sampdoria up against Genoa. These two sides, duked it out the past 6 occasions, sees 4 wins for Sampdoria, 0 wins for Genoa and 2 draws. They played in Genoa back in December. It was a 1-0 win. Gabbiadini on the score sheet for Sampdoria. However, the last time they played in Sampdoria was also a win for Sampdoria. So it's back-to-back wins for them in all competitions and all venues. Heading into this, though, Genoa have actually failed to win 24 of the last 26 away matches. So this looks like a nailed-on home win, or at least Genoa will not win this one. That's what I'm hoping anyway. But their form book is pretty good heading into this, winning 2 of the past 3 games, beating SPAL and also Lecce. They're winning the games that they need to against the other relegation candidates. Meanwhile, Sampdoria are on red hot form at the moment. 5 wins of the past 6, and the other one was their loss to Atalanta. Tough to beat. So Sampdoria ending the season good and strong, and hopefully they can finish in the top half of the table. Anyway, the odds on this one 6-4 for Genoa, 11-5 as usual, 15-8, boys and girls, as your away odds. Genoa coming to the 17th of the table. Win for them could actually see them leapfrog Udinese in the process. Meanwhile, a win for Sampdoria in 13th could see him rise all the way up into 10th spot, boys and girls. Top 10, that's right. And I believe in the Sampdoria right now. 2-1 win. Is it Ranieri? Is Ranieri still in charge? Yes, Ranieri's still in charge. Good. So yeah, good. Hopefully top 10 finish for them. Believe in the Ranieri. Believe in them. Torino will be taking on Verona in the next match. That takes place on Wednesday, the 22nd of June. The last 6 encounters sees 1 win for Torino, 1 win for Verona, and 4 draws, including a 3-3 belter in Verona early in the season. Anasani, Barenja, and Anasali again on the score sheet for Verona. Pazzini, Verera, and Stepinski on the score sheet for Torino. The last time they played in Verona, last time they played in Torino was a 2-2 draw as well. A lot of draws between these two sides. Anyway, Verona have actually failed to win their last 9 matches in this division. And they've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches against Torino. So like playing against these bad boys, like finding the back of the net. Like I said, just 1 win in the past 6 for Verona. That was against Parma back in the first of the month. Meanwhile, Genoa come into this 2 wins in the past 4 games, picking up a win against Genoa and also against Brescia. Valuable points on the board there. Meanwhile, the bookmakers' odds on this son of a gun takes place on the 22nd of July. 30-10 for Torino, 11-5 is your draw, 21-10 is your away win. Coming into this, where are you? Torino are in 15th spot on a win for them. Could see them up to 40 points. Actually leapfrog Parma in the process. Meanwhile, Verona coming to this 9th in the table. Win for them could actually see them leapfrog Sassuolo into 8th. I'm going with a 0-0 draw, boys. What are you guys going to get? Make sure you put your predictions in the comments section down below. SPAL taking on Roma in operation no point because they're down already. Last 6 encounters though not too bad. 2 wins out of the past 5 games between themselves and Roma. The other 3 have been victories for Roma, including a 3-1 win in Roma early this season. Tomovic with a big fat OG, Parotti and Mkhitaryan on the score sheet for Roma. Patagena on the score sheet for SPAL back in the day. Meanwhile, last time played in SPAL was a 2-1 win for SPAL. Goodness gracious me, that was back in March 2019. SPAL have actually lost 8 of their last 9 home matches. They also conceded at least 2 goals in the last 7 matches as well. Coming into this, though, 5 defeats on the spin for SPAL. They look absolutely clueless. Meanwhile, Roma on back into top form with unbeaten run of 4, winning 3 and drawing 1 of those games. The last one was against Inter Milan. Heading into this, though, the bookmakers' odds on this one. It is 50-2 for SPAL, 4-1 is your draw, 11-4 on for Roma. They are red hot favourites, and a win for them could actually see them get to 61 points, break the 60-point barrier, and maintain their top 4 status. Meanwhile, SPAL are down, and a win for them, though, could actually put them up to 21 points. I can't see it, though. 2-0 win away from home for Roma. Good points in the bag. Into the final 2 now is Juventus up against Udinese away from home. The last 6 encounters see 0 wins for Udinese and 6 wins for Juve, including a 4-0 win in the Cup back in January, and also a 3-1 win in the league in Turin as well. Ronaldo with a brace, Bonucci as well on the score sheet, Pussetto on the score sheet for Udinese on that occasion. Juventus actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 10 matches in Serie A, but I see Udinese have actually failed to win the last 7 matches at home. Coming into this, Juventus not great form actually, just 1 win in the past 4, that was against Torino. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 5 for Udinese, that was against SPAL back on the 9th of the month. Heading into this though, the bookmakers odds, where are you? Taking place on, this one's on the Thursday, it's 17-4 for Udinese, 11-4 is your draw, 30-20 or 20-13 on for Juventus. They are the favourites, 77 points on the board. This win would put them up to 80 points if they're victorious. Udinese are in 16th spot, and a win for them would actually put them up to 39 points, potentially leapfrogging Torino in the process, and also boosting the relegation odds. I'm going with a 3-0 win though for Ronaldo's boys, Sarri ball and all that kind of jazz, and actually push them on the cusps of becoming champions once again. Next up we have, or finally should I say, Lazio against Cagliari. Cagliari had a decent season so far. Where are they in the table at the moment? They are actually in 11th. Taking on Lazio, who are in 4th. Last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for Lazio, 0 wins for Cagliari, and 2 draws. They did play in Cagliari early in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Lazio. Luis Alberto Filippo Calcedo on the score sheet for Lazio. Giovanni Simeone on the score sheet for Cagliari. The last time played in Rome, there was a 3-1 win back in 2018, around about Christmas time. Milinkovic, Savic, Serbi, and Lulic on the score sheet for Lazio, and João Pedro from the penalty spot for Cagliari. Heading into this though, Cagliari actually failed to win 11 of the last 12 matches away from home. They come into this looking absolutely shit, absolute garbage. Out of the past 6 games, 0 wins. A lot of draws though. Meanwhile, Lazio's form is not great either, just 1 win in the past 5. They are playing Lazio tonight, though that could be a big result for them and for everybody else if they're to be victorious. Anyway, the bookmakers odds on this one, 20-9 on for Lazio. They are the favourites. 10-3 is your draw, 6-1 is your away win. And a win for Lazio potentially could see them up if they win against Juve. They'll put them up to 72 points, and a win for against these bad boys could push them up to 75 points and actually put them back in the driver's seat for at least the runners-up spot and maybe even a late title push. But they'll need to get the points on the board against both Juventus and Cagliari. Meanwhile, a victory for the opposition this week. They're in 11th spot. Could see them actually rise up into the top 10, maybe even up 9th. I'm going to go with Lazio though to nick it. 2-1 win in the end. That, my friends, completes my pickaroos. Be sure to get your own predictions in nice and early for your picks, and so we'll take a look at them next time around, and we'll do another prediction show around about Thursday, I suspect. This is what the situation would look like at the end of it if I have not included the Juventus-Lazio match in this one, so we'll have to bear that in mind. But Juventus would actually have a 6-point clear over Inter Milan regardless. It could be, a 5-point clear above them regardless. Atalanta would be in 3rd and Lazio would be in 4th. Roma in 5th, and Napoli will maintain that top 6 spot. Down the foot of the table with SPAL already down, Brescia not far behind, and Lecce look doomed as well. That's my picks. Make sure you get your own in nice and early. Also, don't forget about the Prediction League, boys and girls, kicking off. We're going to start with it in Scotland, so make sure you check that one out, and also make sure you smash the old subscribe and smash the bell so you don't miss the reboot whenever the Serie A comes back into it. That, my friends, is all I've got for you. So be sure to give this video some love, smash the old thumbs up, smash the old subscribe if you're brand new, and also check out the description, links to my other social media platforms are in there. Twitter, I'm on there, I'm very, very vocal on there, smash the old thumbs up and follow and all that kind of jazz on there. So check me out on Facebook, and of course if you want to check out something completely rare and amazing, you can check out the Patreon, that's right, support the channel in another way, that's right. Anyway, boys and girls, I'm going to get out of here, hopefully you enjoyed the video, I'll see you all very, very soon. Can Juventus pick up the vital 3 points against Lazio tonight? And will they follow that up with another victory? We'll take a look at the results and of course the situation in Serie A midweek. Until then, I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.